Alright, what's going on, guys? Today we got a brand new episode of Quick Scoping for Christ. Today we are going through Revelation chapter 12, which is just covering the woman and the dragon. So this is going to be a brief episode. We're going to actually try to hit a PR of sub 10 minutes for this episode, while also trying to be, elaborate and covering all of our bases. I haven't been playing much COD, so this is kind of a necessity in order to keep the series COD focused, which I might not anymore. I might not even keep playing COD, but keep posting the Quick Scoping for Christ on here just as an end time study. And, I'll have the visuals, I'll have me talking and stuff, but the important part is the word. And so COD, it's just a time thing. It's like time and COD's dying, so we have to think like, what's next. But anyway, we are starting in Revelation chapter 12 today. Like I said, this comes right before the beasts, which will be probably one of our more elaborate episodes on here. So this one will be nice, sweet, and to the point, and I will be able to read all of this off to you right now. And a great sign appeared in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun and the moon under her feet, and on her head a crown of 12 stars. And being with child, she cried, travailing in birth, and was in pain to be delivered. And there was seen another sign in heaven, and behold, a great red dragon, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and on his head 7 diadems. And his tail drew the third part of the stars of heaven, and cast them down to earth. And so that part right there is referring to the angels that joined the devil, and the dragon is the devil. I'm skipping ahead a little bit, but and it'll cover that later in this chapter. But that is talking about, I'm saying this now because that is the angels that joined him in the rebellion against God. Anyway, where was I? And the dragon stood before the woman who was about to be delivered, that when she should be delivered, he might devour her son. So he's lying in wait for her to give birth so that he can devour the son she gives birth to. And the woman fled into the wilderness, where she had a place prepared by God, that there they should feed her 1,260 days. And that also comes out to be 3.5 years, which is the same time, frame we're given for half of the tribulation era, the 7 years, and then put into 2 halves. We talked about that in the last episode, so make sure to go check that out if you get the chance. And there was a great battle in heaven. Michael and his angels fought with the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels, and they prevailed not. Neither was their place found any more in heaven. And that great dragon was cast out, that old serpent who is called the devil and Satan, who seduceth the whole world. And he was cast unto the earth, and his angels were thrown down with him. So that's talking about the stars, confirming that he is the devil, this dragon with 7 heads. And I heard a loud voice in heaven saying, Now is come salvation and strength, and the kingdom of our God, and the power of his Christ, because the accuser of our brethren is cast forth, who accused them before our God day and night. And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb, and by the word of the testimony, and they loved not their lives unto death. Therefore rejoice, O heavens, and you that dwell therein. Woe to the earth and to the sea, because the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, knowing that he hath but a short time. And when the dragon saw that he was cast unto the earth, he persecuted the woman who brought forth the man-child. And there were given to the woman 2 wings of a great eagle, that she might fly into the desert, under her place where she is nourished for a time, and times, and half a time, from the face of the serpent. And the serpent cast out of his mouth after the woman water, as it were a river, that he might cause her to be carried away by the river. And the earth helped the woman, and the earth opened her mouth, and swallowed up the river, which the dragon cast out of his mouth. And the dragon was angry against the woman, and went to make war with the rest of her seed, who keep the commandments of God, and have the testimony of Jesus Christ. And he stood upon the sand of the sea. So there's a lot of debate around this chapter, and I think a lot of people overcomplicate it. I saw somebody even try to say that the woman is just like this abstract collection of goodness, like a cosmic force of goodness and stuff, and I think that's really overthinking it. A lot of people say that it is Mary. Some people say it is Israel, like the people. Let's not be confused. The actual genealogy tree Israel, or the church, like the collective body of Christ. And those are really the main ones that people think of right here. And obviously we know that the dragon is the devil and the son is Jesus. And to my knowledge, there's very little debate on who the child is. It's Jesus. And I don't think that the woman is the church. I think the seed that the devil makes war with for their testimony, that is the church. And I think that's pretty clear. And then whether or not the woman is Mary or Israel, well, both are kind of true because Jesus came from Mary and he came from Israel. But I believe that because of the Great Tribulation numbers we're given, the 1260 days and the time, times, and half a time, that is really confusing, I know, but that's like complicated Bible speak for 3.5 years, I do believe. And I'll correct myself if I'm wrong, but I don't think I'm wrong on that one. So that's coming back to the Great Tribulation, and we know that the people of Israel, the actual genealogical succession, is going to be persecuted by the beast, and we'll get into that in the Great Tribulation. The beast will be covered next week, both beasts, and it'll probably be our biggest episode on this channel and on the last channel pertaining to the Bible. But it is looking like, and we also have the 12 stars that crown the woman's head, the 12 tribes of Israel. So I'm definitely thinking that that woman is in fact the entire like family line of Israelites that follow God. And I'm thinking that there's going to be a revival of Israelites who aren't the synagogue of Satan, but actually come to believe in Jesus in the end times. And that's a widely believed outcome as well in the end times. And a lot of people think that the 144,000 sealed elect are real Israelites who can be traced back to those biblical tribes that just so happen to come to faith and believe in Jesus. They're like, yeah, actually he was the one that was supposed to come and redeem us. So not too much complication there. We see that the dragon has a lot of crowns on his head because he has a lot of kingdoms on earth under his control, following him and leading the whole world astray. So the 7 heads, that's interesting because usually 7's a pretty good number. I'll add a little excerpt talking about that and why that might be. But the consensus is just showing that like 7 heads, that's a lot of heads. Like the devil is a really big deal. He's not just a serpent. He's not just a mythical being like a dragon. This is a 7-headed dragon. This is like a big threat that we can't underestimate. He's still lost. He couldn't even beat Michael, but still to us a threat we don't want to underestimate because he prowls around like a roaring lion waiting for somebody to devour, what have you. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. It's been brief, and I think we covered everything we needed to cover pretty pristinely. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to check out all the other videos because this is one of the only brief videos we'll have in the series, and the next video is going to be pretty big. So I love you guys. God bless y'all. Peace out, and I'll see y'all next time.
Yourself to the torture?